Hello friends, and welcome back to Nancy's Pantry. We talk everything health, nutrition, and fitness. And I am so happy to be back on camera. It runs through my veins. The happiness runs to the bottom of my bones. I'm so excited to be back on camera to be sharing all of this information that I've got to share with you all. Today's video is going to discuss a topic that is super popular at this moment. Everyone is jumping on this bandwagon, especially with the pandemic and the economy where it's going. A lot of people are looking to save time and money, and so the topic of meal prep is a super duper popular one. Now, before you start running off to the grocery store to pick up your ingredients and start cooking, because most people think meal prep is just that, grab a paper and pen and let's answer the next 5 questions together to help you prepare for your meal prepping plan. Question number 1 you really want to ask yourself is, how many people are you going to be meal prepping for? If you are a student, if you are a family, if you are a couple, if you are a family of, kids, elderly people, it's really important to ask yourself the number of people you're going to be meal prepping for. This is not only going to help you with figuring out the quantity of your ingredients that you need, but also it's going to help you with the next question that we're going to be answering, and it's a very important one, because you could be cooking just for yourself or you could be cooking for a larger group of people. And so the quantity and the amount of food, the meals that you're going to be cooking, are going to be slightly different. So you need to ask yourself, how many people are you cooking for? In my lifetime, in my meal prep journey, I have cooked for just myself and my husband, myself and my brother-in-laws, and currently I cook for myself, my husband, and depending on the meal prep meals that I'm creating, I will meal prep a little bit extra for my daughter as well. Question number 2. Which meals are you going to be prepping? This is super important because it really depends on your lifestyle. It really depends on how busy or how much time you need in your day-to-day basis. And so whether you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time, you're running around with your kids and all of their different extracurriculars, or you're somebody that has to take care of, elderly people, or you just have a busy work schedule that doesn't allow you a lot of time to cook fresh meals, you need to figure out which meals you're going to cook. Are you going to be cooking all of your meals for the day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? Are you just going to be meal prepping your breakfast and lunches, for example, so you can take that to work? Are you going to be meal prepping lunches and dinners, so you might have the time during your day to actually cook yourself something nice and fresh for breakfast? It really depends on your lifestyle and where you're going, and also the amount of time that you've got. But really picking the meals that you're going to meal prep, what works best for you, is the most important thing to decide. You can meal prep just breakfasts. In my lifetime, at this point, I do meal prep my breakfasts the night before going to work when I go into the office, because I am driving, and unfortunately my office where it's located, I no longer have the option to go and pick up food like I used to when I worked in the downtown office. So meal prepping breakfast is important for me. But when I worked downtown, I actually didn't meal prep my breakfast. I always meal prep my lunch and my dinner. And I still kind of meal prep my lunch and my dinners for the week. And I will just kind of put together my breakfast the night before I go into the office. Otherwise, if I'm working from home, I just cook my breakfast nice and fresh right in the morning. But lunch and dinner really seems to help me out. So I pick those meals. But maybe you're just someone who needs some help with some snacks. You could meal prep just some snacks so that you're making better choices during the day. Maybe just meal prepping dinner is very helpful for you, because you have the time to cook fresh food for yourself during breakfast and lunch, but maybe dinner time is the time where you're kind of running on empty, or you don't have a lot of time. So really figuring out the meals that you'd like to meal prep is also going to help you to make sure that you stay on track with your meal prep plan, but also you're going to use your time a lot more wisely. Question number 3. Which days or how many days of the week are you going to be meal prepping? This is also super important. This is more of a personal choice. You can either pick, one day where you're going to cook meals for the entire week. Or let's say, you work, you want to do meal prep just for the days of the week that you're working. But essentially, you need to pick the days that you're going to be meal prepping. You either pick one day you're going to be meal prepping everything and you spend a few hours doing that, or you might be the type of person who prefers to have fresh food more often, and so you might want to meal prep several times during the week. So picking the days of the week that you will be meal prepping will keep you on schedule, as well as allow you a little bit of wiggle room if life happens to bring some other things and you have to end up changing your meal prep days. So for example, for me, I generally like to meal prep my food for the work week Monday to Friday, and I meal prep my food on a Sunday. And sometimes when things happen on a Sunday, I will often try to meal prep what I can on the Saturday and then finish off on the Monday. Question number 4, and this is probably one of the most important ones following the first 3 that we've just answered, and it is the one of which type of meal prep are you going to pick? Yes, I said which type of meal prep. Majority of people think that meal prep is just creating a bunch of meals that you just stick in the fridge and then you pick as the week goes on. But in reality, there are a few different types of meal prep, and it really depends on your lifestyle. Yet again, remember your lifestyle, the time that you have to invest in this, because this is an investment that is going to save you time and money. So there are a few different types of meal prep that you can pick from, and it might take a little bit of trial and error for you to figure out which ones you actually like and which ones are successful in the sense that you eat up all the food, so nothing goes to waste. And I'll tell you which one is my favorite at the end. The first type of meal prep you have is the one where you literally meal prep an entire meal, a full complete meal. So what does that mean? Sometimes we see videos of people on social media where they cook, as an example, chicken, rice, and vegetables, or they prepare a salad, and they'll grab their little meal prep containers that have separate compartments, and they'll measure out their foods, and their meal is complete. They stick a lid on it, and literally all you have to do during the week is take it out, warm it up, and eat it. This is a type of meal prep that many prefer. They just like to take the containers out of the fridge, warm it up, sit down and eat. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do that with the next few types of meal prep, but this is the most popular type of meal prep. When we say the word meal prep, most people visualize that, a full complete meal. I tried that when I first started meal prepping. I would completely cook a complete meal. So I'd have, a carb, a protein, some vegetables, and I would basically plate them up in my containers and put them in the fridge. But I realized later on that this takes a lot more time to complete because you can only work on one meal at a time. So if you're the type of person who is a creature of habit and you're okay to eat the same thing every single day, this is the type of meal prep that is best for you, because you're going to spend your time creating the complete meal that you could eat for the next few days, and it's not a problem. You're not going to get sick and tired of eating the same thing. The second type of meal prep that is actually my favorite is the buffet style. And this is the one that I've been using for the last few years because it worked better for me. And basically what you do is you cook a bunch of different components and they all kind of go together, but your meals means you plate your meals how you want before you warm it up in the microwave, or however you want to warm it up. So technically, what that means is you might want to cook a couple of different types of carbs, a couple of different types of protein, a couple of different types of vegetables, or have, prepped salad. So you can do it that way so that you have different choices when you go to eat. So sometimes I'll cook rice and quinoa, rice and pasta, then I'll cook, some fish, maybe some chicken, maybe some beef, like, red meat, and then I'll usually cook up, like some sort of veggie option. I might even cook up 2 different veggie options. It really just depends on what's available, what's on sale, and what my budget can handle. So the buffet style, and then once you cook it, you store it separately. So I put all the rice in one container, I put all my, chicken in one container, all my fish in another container. You guys have seen that many times on my Instagram stories. So I like the buffet style because it gives me variety. I'm not eating the same thing. I'm not someone who's going to be able to eat the exact same lunch every single day, the exact same. I just can't do it. And I also don't have the time to cook several different types of complete meals. That took up a lot of my time. Even just cooking 2 or 3 different types of meals, it took up a lot of my time. And quite honestly, you only have like 2 or 3 options. So buffet style worked really well for me because I have those options, and I could eat the rice with whatever protein option I have. I can eat the protein with, the vegetables, and I can pick a different carb choice if I really wanted to. So buffet style is definitely, in my choice, one of the top choices. The next type of meal prep that you can have is you basically prep only specific items that you eat consistently throughout the week. So it could be that you boil a bunch of eggs so that you have hard-boiled eggs for breakfast, for lunch, for snacks. It could be that you prep up all of your salad veggies. So you cut up all of your onion, you cut up all of your cucumber, peppers, you've washed your salad, it's fresh, it's chopped, it's ready to go. That is another type of meal prep. And the fourth and last type of meal prep is this one is really popular for the families who want to eat fresh dinners. I'm putting it in quotations because it is cooked fresh, but you've meal prepped everything. So if you've ever seen videos of people marinating their protein and then freezing it, but it's ready for the week. So people will tend to cut up all of their ingredients. So if your recipe is a chicken and rice and veggie dinner, you're going to wash and prep all of your veggies, including everything you're going to use for your rice. So if you're using garlic, if you're using ginger, if you're using onions in your rice, if you're using any other kind of vegetables in your rice, you're going to chop everything up in the quantities you need for that recipe. You're going to marinate your protein, and your veggies are prepped and ready to go. And literally all you do is turn on your stove, get cooking, and your meal will be complete in no time. So it really cuts the time down, especially for dinners, because you're not chopping anything. You've already done all of the chopping for the week. You just need to take everything out, cook it, and it's ready to go. Question number 5. This is the last question of this video today, and that is, you need to ask yourself if there is any items, special utensils, special appliances that you might need that will help you be successful with your meal prep. So something like an air fryer might be useful. Do you have, cookie sheets? Do you have a proper working oven? What about your fridge? Is it working properly that it can store your food freshly for the week? Do you have space in your freezer if you're going to be freezing some of these meals, or if you're going to be freezing some of this dinner prep? You need to look at the things that you need. Do you need containers? Is that something that you need? You can look at the things that you really need at this time that are going to help you be successful, or just look at what you have at home and start off with that, because there's nothing wrong with starting off with what you've got and then working your way up. When you know what you need, you'll go out and you'll find it, and you're going to find it at great deals, because I'm all about saving money and I'm all about getting good things at great prices. So as long as you know, this is what I have, this is possibly what I need, you can keep an eye on some good deals. But knowing what you need for your meal prep and having those things on hand is really gonna obviously help your meal prep be successful. It's gonna save you time and money. So those are the 5 questions for today's video to help you get set up for your meal prep plan. And I hope that that was helpful for all of you. So if you like my content, please like, comment, share the video, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell icon so that you get notified every time we have a new video. Thanks guys. Bye. Take care.